I lose it.
Mm-hmm.
I lose my cool.
And that's what that favors them.
Well, but no,
that
but
favors them.
Here's the thing: is that if you let that hatred or that fear or whatever's being pumped out by this mainstream Big Brother
media conglomerate,
media of truth machine that is out there, if you let that affect you, then they control you. You have to keep that logical. If they can strike up and fire up the emotion center in your mind, then the logic center is going to become overridden. So,
because it's overridden with input.
Well, but here's
now, if you don't mind me to interrupt you,
no, go ahead.
Talking about the logic center, it can be overridden by emotional input, and then you start to second guess your own logic. When something seems right to you, but you get over inputted with emotional things, then you lose the intellect.
Well, I never had much of it anyway, so.
Well, actually, you've been graced with a good dose of it, actually, but yeah, it's easy sometimes to get up into that mob mentality, when there's a whole lot of other people around and they're all emotional and no one is using logic and they're just emotional about it. It's easy for you, even if you do try to use logic, to try to make peace, even though you're thinking that, hey, this is the right line of thought. But you have emotional people around you, and you try to calm them down, and then you start to overthink the issue, and you start to use your emotions to cover it, and it's easy to get lost. It's very hard. Well, that's why Vulcans are very disciplined, And of course, I'm going to use sci-fi all the way through this.
Let me.
Anyone that hears our conversations is going to understand that we're heavily influenced by sci-fi, but however, it applies to the situation that we're talking about.
It's sort of a modern parable. It is in a way. But let's let me get back to this because the story.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take us off on the sidetrack.
No, that was good. I'm just saying the story is far from over. So, they're also censoring social media.
Well, of course, they don't want to hear what we have to say.
Several prominent sites had, were censored and videos are being pulled, everything. That's why I do it all in-house right there, John Williamson, because...
Okay, well, let me say this to you then. And again, I'm interrupting, and I don't mean to do that, but I have something poignant to say. I actually went to McDonald's and got on with my wireless device because I have to use Wi-Fi where it's available to me.
Okay.
Because I don't pay for it.
Okay.
Okay. But I have Wi-Fi available to me. So I went to McDonald's and they go, "Oh, free Wi-Fi." They put the signs on the wall that it's free Wi-Fi. However, when I connected to them and I agreed to their terms of agreement, I could not download neocrusader.com. It would not even open the page. It said that it was blocked. And then I went into an application where I had InfoWars Media, and it just wouldn't work at all. But it told me specifically that Neo Crusader was blocked.
I think I know what happened there.
Okay, well,
one of my first couple podcasts had sort of touched on the whole creepy clown thing.
Uh-huh.
and I think I set Ronald off.
You made Ronald mad.
Well, I just, I was trashing his homies, and that's, how it goes, I guess.
Hey, man, I like the Hamburglar. And Grimace, dude, I mean, come on, really?
Yeah, Grimace.
The Shamrock Shake, are you kidding me?
Anyway, well, I mean, they were cool. Eat your poison, kids. Play with the
Absolutely. Absolutely. Don't worry about what we're putting in it. It tastes good.
Well, anyway, let's they the next thing that sort of happened to Miss Hopkins is obviously she was let go. We talked about that, and that's honestly the bigger thing. And what kind of chilling effect is it? I don't want to go to Great Britain. I don't want to travel abroad. So I guess in a way, it's up to them to change their laws, and I think the globalists are scared, and that's why we're seeing such a massive pushback, is because.
My goodness! If you want to get into the conversation of globalists, man, we can go for days.
Well, I mean, it all goes back to globalism at its
absolutely,
core.
Absolutely. That's why I say we talk for days.
That is the primal group sin that I think everybody has made, through history, is that, hey, let's all come together. We weren't meant to do that. And that doesn't mean
come together over me.
That doesn't mean we have to hate each other, or kill each other, but it just means that,
Yeah, but we shouldn't also, on that same token, we should not accept things that are morally objectionable to ourselves.
Well, dude,
you know what? Hey, look, dude, if you guys want to go over there and pray in that circle, that's fine. But when you start, sacrificing dogs, I'm sorry, I cannot be part of that.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing.
Okay, well, in that part, let me walk away from it, but they won't. They want you to bend to them to say that you're going to be part of a ritual sacrifice of a dog, cat. It doesn't matter. A living being. Okay, and I know that opens a lot of doors.
Well, let's talk about I see what you're saying there, but there's all kinds of that going on, and that could be a whole show in itself. But on the spiritual aspect, I mean just to close up with everything, it's a chilling effect when people come knock on your doors. That woman didn't say, "Okay, I've got my rifle. I'm going to meet you out in the streets." She didn't say that. She said, "When are you going to grow a pair?" And I'm saying it now. When is enough?
Here and no farther. Actual red line. Where is it at?
Well, so
where is society going to draw that red line?
Well, I mean, they'll draw it maybe when it's in their face, but that could be too late, So, and it's
listen now.
It's all in the end. It's multi-layered deception and fear.
Absolutely.
And so, yeah. But you
okay,
have to,
well,
that's why, why things like you see going on everywhere else it doesn't normally happen here in West Virginia. Because,
I've seen decline here, and like you wouldn't believe. But go ahead.
Well, I'm just saying that people, it's a different type of person here in the Mountain State. It's we live and let live. We try to do what we can for people, and
help those and help ourselves and be good, treat each other fairly.
But at the same time, it's a more simple, lifestyle. It's a more
laid back is a good term to use.
Well, humble. It's a more humble lifestyle.
Absolutely, it is.
But it's a great lifestyle. And but the thing about it is Montana.
The more humble, the better, I think.
Well, Montana semper liberi, John Williamson.
Absolutely. Mountaineers are always free.
And so, I think we do have the right to do things like conceal carry, and so
absolutely,
that hardens our people.
That's right. And now, thank you for saying the trigger word. You used the word hardens our people. Well, you look at just in the last few days, and I'm not going to go into headlines or anything because I don't have any way to fact check any of this. But I do see what's going on, and the very term soft target keeps being used over and over again.
Really?
And where, as you said, that we're humble and we harden ourselves, we become a harder target. You know what? I don't want to mess with them because behind every blade of grass is a rifle.
Well,
I mean, and if more people would embrace our God-given and then enumerated rights and not be stupid.
That's the
hard part.
That is always where it messes up.
Right.
That's the thing.
Not be stupid.
Yeah. But that's a big if. But it just blows my mind. I mean, where are we we have all this technology and we have all these marvelous things, but our mindset is so crazy and backwards. It's
especially in the mountain state.
Well, no. Well, no.
Let me clarify because there's going to be a lot of people that would get mad about what I just said.
I wish you were here. I think I'd ask you to step outside. But
well, I'd go outside with you. We'd work it out old school.
It wouldn't be the first time we rolled around in the yard, would it, John Williams?
It's the first time.
All right, go on ahead.
It probably won't be the last, but damn, I hope we don't have too many more of them.
All right, me too. I'm getting old.
But what I wanted to say to clarify that is because that there's a lot of old school thinking that it's kind of hard to not erase that. Of course, we don't want to erase it. That's like the statues being taken down.
It will fade. It will fade away.
But what we have to do as thinkers like you and I, who are actually progressive thinking, even though that we're not progressives, but yet, we learn to let go of the old thought because the old thought doesn't work now.
Well, here's the thing.
But it would be nice if we could bring the world into the old thing, because then it would just work. Because then my word is my bond, and my work is guaranteed.
Well,
we don't have that anymore. That's all gone. All of that. We've almost watched the Senate be swept away, and the remains of the old republic have been swept away. We're looking at that. We're looking at that point in time, and there I go again, referencing Star Wars because I'm a geek. But we're looking at that, and we are in that precipice right now. You and I both are, because we have the old school of thinking, but yet the younger generation has not been taught the way that you and I were taught. And we did not raise our children the way we were raised, because we were trying to work through the issues.
Well, here's the thing. These kids, people who don't learn from
Not
the
all
past,
of them. I don't condemn any of them.
well,